Alright, here we are.
We are bringing you something crazy today.
Oh yeah. So, this is actually the first deck I put together just to see if I could make an Aristocrats style deck without the white, which I didn't see anyone else trying to do. And this deck has been really good, so I think we're just gonna run with it.
Sweet.
So yeah, we have little creatures that we like to sacrifice, like Gutterbones, Footlight Fiend, Doomed Dissenter, that type of stuff. We have sack outlets in the form of Fireblade Artist and Priest of Forgotten Gods. And we've got things that make us like sacrificing stuff, like Judith. And then a few other random things like Rite of Belzenlok. So I actually put this card in just to see if it would do anything, and it's been insane. It has been so good with every aspect of the deck. So I'm hoping that it performs here, because this deck has been really impressive.
I get that it combos with the Priest of Forgotten Gods pretty cleanly. What else does it do for us?
Well, on one hand, it is just a 6/6 for 4, eventually. Like, most people can't get the Saga off the table, and so just making a 6/6 is, like, really good. It's basically New Age Desecration Demon. But then also the Cleric tokens play well with other cards, like Plaguecrafter, giving us something worthless to sacrifice. Fireblade Artist, we can just chuck the Clerics at their face for 2 damage a turn. Judith actually turns them into 1/1s, and so this becomes like the world's best Lingering Souls, because you just make a million 1/1 tokens off of your one card.
That's pretty spicy.
And you could also just sacrifice them all to Torgaar, Famine, Incarnate. I don't know if this card will be in a finished build, but I have liked it so far. The one consideration that I'm not sure if I want to make is I'm not sure that these are the correct 2-drops. The one other card that I'm really thinking about is it's the red 2-mana one. It's like something Instigator. It's a goblin, and it makes another goblin. Yeah, this Goblin Instigator.
Ah.
And the advantage of this, basically there's trade-offs. This is worse on its face because it's worse into board wipes. Like if the opponent sweeps with a Deafening Clarion, we'd rather have one of these two. And 2 1/1s is worse than a 1/1 and a 2/2, or a 1/2 Death Touch and a 1/1 flying. The advantage is that you get both of these up front, so this is a single card that fuels Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So, the caveat is if I were playing this deck more, eventually I'm going to test this card. I think that's it. We'll go ahead and be right back with the games. Alright, getting into the first match against Mr. Squid. Won the die roll.
Mr. Squid?
I don't know. Maybe with this hand, though.
That looks good.
I love Gutterbones. This card's awesome. One thing that I underestimated while reviewing the spoiler for Guilds of Ravnica is that the sack outlets that we have are actually also excellent, yeah, sure. They're excellent, what's it called? Opponent's Lost Life cards. I guess that isn't keyworded. Like, they're just really good. Like, the only sack outlets that we really have are Priests of the Forgotten Gods, Fireblade Artist, and Torgaar, and all of those cause the opponent to lose life, and so they all turn on things like Gutterbones and Theater of Horrors.
Isn't that called Spectacle?
Ah, Spectacle, you're right. We just didn't actually have any cards in our hand that, that are actually Spectacle. Because Spectacle, it's only keyworded that way on cards with alternate costs that you turn on. And so, like, this isn't an alternate cost, and this isn't that, so...
Can you mouse over that one?
The Priest?
No, Incubation Druid. What the
Oh.
hell does that card do?
Oh, this card's actually quite good. It's a 2-mana O2 that taps for mana, and if it has counters on it, it becomes Gilded Lotus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I am going to beat my opponent up here pretty bad. We'll see if they block. Didn't think they would, but this is still gonna go poorly for them. Bye, Mana Dork!
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Oh, I can't play that one because I actually need red. I want to get Judith down.
That makes sense.
Maybe should have gotten Theater of Horrors going, not sure. I don't have a great thing to... Oh, they're pouring out Llanowar Elves. Oh, okay. I was really expecting a Jade Light Ranger this turn, but they don't have double green, so...
They are not allowed to do that.
Which means they are in trouble, because...
Yep.
Oh boy.
Because that Llanowar Elves is not going to stick around.
It might even stick around, it's just not going to be good on this board. Like, I'm just gonna attack for 1,000,000 here. Because now this is a Grizzly Bear, so I'm attacking for 7 while my opponent's at 14. They are low, I still have my Edict thing down, and I can get Gutterbones going. Oh, and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn from now on.
This seems like a very difficult advantage to come back from.
Yeah, in my testing so far, these blue-green decks where people are just trying to dirtle and play value creatures have been my best matchups. I've been able to beat these up pretty easily. Which they're starting to stabilize here, so we might need to work for it a little. Especially if they do anything particularly powerful, but... Oh hey, I like that card. So, I would like to get this into play somehow and then activate the Priest of the Forgotten Gods.
Right.
I'm wondering if that is an option. I think I'm just going to attack with these two. Because if they don't block either of them, then we'll deal damage, we can play this and then sack it and wreck their board. And even if they do block them, I can shoot them for 1 with Judith off of the Gutterbones. And so I'll still get to Spectacle out this thing. And, like, if they block both, then they lose their whole board anyway.
Sure thing. We'll take it.
Yeah. Now, do I return and play a Gutterbones, or do I play another Theater? I think I'm just gonna do this so I have a good activation of Priest up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go ahead and pass the turn. Notably, this deck can get really complicated in how it does certain things, so I'm about to do something a little weird here. With this on the stack, I'm going to go ahead and activate this. Actually, I changed my mind. I don't want to do that. Basically, I'm trying to figure... Sorry, this gets really complicated. Because basically, when I activate this Priest, I will get 3 ping triggers. 1 from the Footlight Fiend itself, and 1 from each... Or 1 for each creature for Judith. And so I want to set up a play, basically, where I use the pings to machine gun down their board, and then the Edict has maximum value.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe we have a win on board here. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I always forget that you have to target the player. That's, like, really unintuitive to me, but...
Doing that first is a bit strange.
So, we burn their board to death, because we get to ping the 2 smaller creatures to death, and then the Priest of Forgotten Gods trigger goes off, and so their creature that was too big to burn out that way is, gets edicted. Yeah. And then we do this!
We went off on them.
Yeah! So, against blue-green Dirtle, do I want anything different? What do you think?
I kind of like the look of Plaguecrafter if you have something to cut for it, but I'm not really sure if it's better than anything that's in the main deck.
Yeah. The one thing I might consider is, like, cutting Gutterbones, because I don't know that it will attack that well. Maybe just, like, a little of that. Because these are great, because Footlight Fiend, like, is pretty easy to generate value with, and Fanatical Firebrand you can sack on demand, whereas this is a little more awkward to use if the opponent can block, so I think I'm mostly just going to run it back.
That's always a fine choice after you win a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's much harder to tell what you need in the matchup when you win than when you lose.
Mm-hmm. I don't love this hand. It's pretty slow, but we have our best card for drawing out of it, and just our best card, so I think I'm gonna keep it anyway.
I agree, but I don't have to be happy about it.
No, you do not. I will not force you. Well, that was a bad draw.
Why didn't you draw a Fanatical Firebrand?
I don't know, man. Ah, okay, so that's what they're doing. Well, that's a little scary. I'm just gonna go ahead and start beating down. The priest doesn't do anything until you get some other creatures in play. That said, it's good to have one of these down, because part of the reason Rite of Belzenlok is good in this deck is because this is the only deck I've played where you can... Oh god, they might be able to flip this turn. They can. That's really gross. Yeah. Oh boy. I'm going to decline.
Good choice.
Well, our draws have not been stellar. Basically, I'm hoping that we can do something crazy with the priest to edict away their board. I think we're going to lose, though. Like, this just kills you so fast. They don't have enough mana to do this for even one yet. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would keep this in against us. But... Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Wow. So I agreed with you about liking Plaguecrafters before. I don't like them anymore.
No.
Not against this.
We've got more info than we did before.
Yeah, we're just super dead here, but I guess I could try.
You won't have to try for very long.
No, that's the advantage of playing it out against a deck like this. If we lose, we're gonna lose very quickly. This has to be like their best possible draw. Llanowar Elves into turn 2 climb, into turn 3 proper flip Jade Light Ranger, flip climb. Like, I can't see how this deck has a better draw than that.
I would evaluate it as not bad. That's what I would say.
Ha, not even dead if we take it? Easy.
Alright, what do we got?
A Blood Crypt. Alright, here's what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play Judith. And I'm gonna activate this. And I'm gonna target me.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna sack these creatures. And then I'm gonna target myself with the pings, too.
Perfect.
Oh boy. That was, whew.
We got mushed.
We did. Okay, Plaguecrafter, garbage. Priest of the Forgotten Gods also kind of garbage in the same way.
But do you have anything that's better?
The only thing I can think is Golden Demise, which is very bad if they, like, get Hadana's Climb going, but good otherwise. Angrath might be okay.
What is the -3?
Steal a creature, and then if it has CMC 3 or less, it dies at the end of turn.
Yeah, that seems good.
So yeah, play a couple of those. Bring the Gutterbones back? Oh man, the first game felt really good, and the second game felt really bad.
We had a really good draw the first game, they had a really good draw the second game. It's kind of how that goes.
Uh-huh. Play it first.
Not that one.
Okay, sure.
Better. Yeah.
Do I want a third land? All my best cards require a third land. I don't know if I want my third land to be a mountain, though.
I was gonna say, I'm tempted to say no, if only because you've got stuff to do, so like, even if you miss for a turn, you'll still be playing cards.
Uh-huh, and I might have even kept a swamp because, like, some of our best cards include, like, Okay. Huh. Maybe I should have played a Footlight Fiend just because I could have a Fireblade Artist sacking it post-haste to get rid of a Llanowar Elves. Instead, I'm just gonna beat them down. Like... Just because this is like a weird sack outlet in that you have to have both him and the thing you want to sack on the board the turn before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jade Light Ranger, sure. Okay, that's a little one, so if we can find a way to get this off the table... Well, we did not. I think I'm just gonna keep motion.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best choice you have.
This is just really worrying because, like, we don't have our powerful cards, and we don't have the lands to use them, even if we did. Milling Hadana's Climb, huh.
They probably have another one.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, well that's one of our better cards now, so...
Probably Doomed Dissenter.
Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna attack with the Gutterbones this time. I think I want to keep this Fireblade Artist around. I don't think I want to trade that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want to upgrade your dudes.
Yeah, like next turn I can sack this and turn it into a 2/2. Start. Basically, a lot of games end with them cluttering up the board and you can't attack profitably anymore. Yeah, because they do something like that. And you just need the artist to keep slinging damage at their face. We really want to draw land, like, right now. Huh. Do I do that yet? Yeah, I've got a lot of other creatures to sack. I can go ahead and get some damage in now.
Mm-hmm.
The other problem... Oh, that is very the opposite of a land. Well...
We can stick to the plan.
We can stick to the plan. The problem is if they ever get enough mana to cast a big Hydroid Krasis, they'll just gain too much life and the game will be out of reach. Even for right now, they can draw 2 cards, gain 2 life, and have a 4/4... Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this game might have slipped away. Don't think we were supposed to keep that 7, because it was awful, but, oof. That said, Angrath does take this, hit them for a lot of damage, and, like, it'll die, because its CMC is only 2, so...
if we live that long.
We're not gonna live that long, but I want to dream. I need to dream.
Hey man, you never know if they have another one. If they don't, they're at 8.
They do have to kill us really fast, otherwise Fireblade will just keep throwing stuff at them. I think next I will sack probably a zombie, because... Yeah. Ooh, boy. Basically, if we curve out drawing lands, I think we might be able to do something. Like, just lands each turn. Oh wait, I meant to say... Because I wanted to keep my real creatures in play, because then they ping off of Judith. Oh my god, Mountain! Mountain, why? Yeah, I'm gonna pack it in. Okay, that match did not go as planned. There were flaws. Hopefully the next one will be better. Okay, second match. On the play again.
Pretty good.
Good hand.
Yeah. This hand is very similar to the last hand, except with an extra card.
Mm-hmm. Last game might have gone differently if we'd had one of these. Which, we sided one out, so maybe that shows a flaw in my process, but... Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this down. Red-white, unfortunately, tells us one of 2 things. And you have to play very differently around those 2 things. It's usually either a red-white, like, stompy deck with angels and removal and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a red-white tokens deck with lots of little tiny creatures. And you need to play the opposite against those. So here, since we don't know yet, I don't want to just go firing this off or even holding it up, because that doesn't do anything. Oh. How... Did you see my lands on tap? Because I didn't. Or, like, did you see me get priority again?
I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the interface.
I feel like I clicked to attack and then it just skipped my second main phase, which is unfortunate. So, they revealed a Sulphur Falls, meaning neither of the things I said were correct, and we need to beat down.
Yep.
Hopefully no Syncopate here. Really like to resolve this. Race to the
unlikely.
Yeah. These matches have been really hard. Mostly because my opponents are very lucky and always just curve out all the things in the world they could want, but yeah. It's really hard to come back from a Teferi. Our deck is not that good at dealing with them. Yep. Now, I played earlier against an opponent who in the main deck had Deafening Clarion, Settle the Wreckage, and Cleansing Nova.
Oh, baby.
It's like, okay, man, you clearly want it a lot worse than I do. You can have it. So we're in trouble here. We're getting their life total kind of low, but we're not applying enough pressure. Like if they play a Teferi here, we have very little ability to wear it down. Yep. That said, conveniently, if they can't answer the Fireblade Artist, this board exactly deals with Teferi. Because... Oh, I think they're killing him with it on the stack? Yeah. Looks like... No? Okay. But yeah, Fireblade deals 2, Footlight Fiend deals 2, and he attacks for 2. Oh, and we drew another Fireblade, so it looks like we're actually going to be able to clear Teferi here. Unfortunately, kind of have to send both at Teferi, because if we like split them and they have a removal spell, we're just in a lot of trouble.
Really, really need to make sure he dies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guess they just really wanted it off the table anyway, but... So now basically if they've got good follow-ups, we're too out of gas. Like, they're just gonna beat us. Yeah. That said, they haven't, like, drawn cards yet. They don't have a Teferi going. They don't have an Azcanta, so maybe we can do something, but...
They are as low on resources as we are.
They just have better top decks.
Uh-huh.
Basically, dang. I wanted to summon it, but we basically need to draw our Theater of Horrors, the 3-mana enchantment. That's the only way we can really keep up, because their deck has so much card advantage between the sweepers and the card draw.
Mm-hmm.
Playing this out, I guess we just play this. Like, these attack equally well. Maybe they play like a Niv Mizzet or some big dumb creature that we want to edict away. I don't think it matters too much between these.
Huh, I thought Enforcer was 2-1.
Nope, 1/2.
What am I thinking of?
The white Afterlife creature is a 2/1.
Ah, that makes sense.
That one's a lot better, but we are not playing white, so we take what we can get.
Mm-hmm.
There are only like 4 black Afterlife creatures. Yep. Why wouldn't they have a second Teferi in their top 17 cards? Oh boy. And now they have Settle up, and we just like have to play into it. Whew. And like, I don't even think we can fight over the Teferi anymore. Like, we just don't. It would take multiple turns of combat going perfectly to get him dead.
Mm-hmm.
So instead we attack the thing with even greater resources.
It's all about picking your battles.
Yeah, but what if I hate all the battles? Sure, I'll play this in case they Cleansing Nova. Not that I would avoid conceding to a Cleansing Nova anyway, but... Yeah, we drew our worst cards for this matchup. Like, drawing triple Footlight Fiend instead of triple Gutterbones is like... Yeah, we just drew the wrong 1-drops. Even Fanatical Firebrand, like, each one of these would have dealt an additional damage. Okay, like... I mean, we get them down to 6 here, and we've got another Spirit, so... Maybe something happens? Not.
It's technically not over.
Technically not, although I try to avoid subjecting our viewers to too much pain. Oh my god, they're that far ahead, they feel comfortable Teferrying a Spirit token.
That means they have another Teferi.
I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, these matches are so painful. Luckily, we have stuff.
We do.
So, cards that are bad. You're very bad. This is also pretty bad, but we can't cut all our 1-drops. Duress, good. Plaguecrafter, good. Angrath, awesome. And cut these, because they suck. This card's just really bad. The problem is, maybe we're even supposed to play, like, the Rites of Belzenlok. The biggest problem against control decks is just how terrible Priest of the Forgotten Gods is. Like, we still kind of want it, because it can turn creatures into cards and can drain them, but... And they'll often bring in creatures post-board, like Crackling Drakes and Niv Mizzets and stuff, but, ooh, when this is your only threat, it's not a good way. So, yeah, I think that's what we got for now.
Looks fine.
Yeah, and it's possible, like, the control decks are just too good against you. Like, every control deck that I play against wants to win the matchup more than I do. They just have all the sweepers. Like, basically, if our last opponent had drawn that in a control mirror, they would have gotten shredded. They didn't have any good cards for the control mirror, but... So, if this hand draws a red, it's actually pretty good. Do we want to lean on drawing a red?
Do you think 6 is better?
Not really.
What way is the mana base slanted? Oh, well,
towards black.
That's the question anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's towards black. We've still got 12 red sources, which is quite a lot, but like it's enough for me being playing these cards, but wouldn't count on one immediately. Hey, we drew something else we can cast though. That's pretty good. And part of the problem is, like, if our entire deck were Doomed Dissenters and stuff... Oh, Judith, come on. We need a red. I would feel better about these matchups, but the reality is that, like, we've got a bunch of cards like Fireblade Artist and Fanatical Firebrand who are just really bad against control decks, and so when they Deafening Clarion, like, they get a... Sure, we get our zombie token, yeah, but, like, they still get, like, a 4-for-1 or whatever. Well, if nothing else, at least we can pick up Gutterbones and play him. Okay. I still might kind of want to do that anyway. Because this will deal the damage, so they will have lost life this turn. Oh my gosh, it happened again! Wow, that's so bad. Ugh,
Do you, like, not have a stop on your second main or something?
Like, that one's just natural. Like, that just happens. Wow. Might have to play some games off camera to see what's happening here, because that is, like, so bad. That said, the best we can do is play this one and see what we can do. I think I just get Judith into play. Like, our attacks still aren't good, but whatever. I think we just pass. Wow, another 5-mana card draw Planeswalker. Not always card draw, I guess.
I guess not.
So, how do we play this? They don't have much pressure on board, so I think I'm actually just going to slam this and start knocking cards out of their hand.
That seems like the best answer to them tapping out.
Because 2 life a turn is no joke. Their deck is like not really prepared. Oh no! Since I did that first, it grew this to a 2/4, and we can't attack anymore.
Oops.
That's kind of funny. They need 3 artifacts to draw 2 cards from him. Okay, they have lots of mana up. We can clear these out with a Fanatical Firebrand, because when you sack it, you get a Judith ping, and then it has its own ping. What does his ult do? Nothing, really? You can go grab a Teferi or Infinite Crackling Drakes. I don't think that's a concern.
Great.
No. So, think... Okay, we can do basically everything. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with a hammer. I love that animation. Just throw a hammer at their face.
Angrath's animations are sweet.
Yeah, his down tick is also awesome. Okay. Kind of figured this would happen. That's fine. I think I still want to do this. Get Mr. Gutterbones back. Then I'll also get Fanatical Firebrand. Problem is they could... they're threatening to, like, actually just attack Angrath. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Whoa. That is, aggressive.
Yeah.
Huh. I was going to say, I wonder if we're supposed to just pressure their life total here, but since you pointed out they can just kill Angrath, well, they might be able to do that on their turn anyway. So.
Well, I think they're going to. The way I'm playing, I guess I should have said, I am threatening their life total. Like, what I was doing there is if I have the Fireblade Artist and the Gutterbones in play, then on the next turn I sack Gutterbones, they take 2 from the Artist and 1 from Judith, putting them to 2, and then play and sack Fanatical Firebrand as another 2 to kill them.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were still considering the sack to kill Thopters thing.
The cool thing is I can wait on that. Like, if they attack with, like, the Crackling Drake and nothing else, or the Crackling Drake plus some Thopters but don't grow it, then I can kill some Thopters and keep Angrath around. Let's see what they're doing. Okay, so like I said, here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I can kill this attacking Thopter and then also shoot them for 1. And they need a spell to get Angrath, or to kill Angrath here. Which they might have, but...
But jumpstarting their insight doesn't work.
It doesn't unless they pitch another instant to it. Because Crackling Drake counts exiled cards, which is weird.
I hadn't realized that.
Yeah, it does it, but Enigma Drake doesn't. Okay, so I think we are very likely to win this game unless they can gain some life post-haste. I would like to point out that last game they drew 2 Teferis and beat us very easily. This game they drew 2 Tezzerets, and I think we're gonna win. Very important.
Not all planeswalkers are created equal.
No, they are not. So, here I'm just not even going to attack. Okay, cool. Getting the Sinister Sabotage out before, since they showed they were willing to counter Gutterbones. Okay, that's down. And then try to play our Priest. I suppose Fireblade...
that one.
Yeah, they might not. I suppose Fireblade Artist... Oh, okay. Was actually the better play there, because even if they killed these 2, like, if they kill these 2, then Priest can't activate, but Fireblade Artist can even sack itself. That said, I think we are very safe. They would need... Okay,
Attacking seems free, right?
Yeah, because if they double block here, they die. If they double block here, they die.
Yep.
They block 1 on each, whatever we ate their Thopters. I had gotten into the mental space of not wanting to attack, because I think the most likely way to lose is if they settle the wreckage. Okay. And here they die, because Judith is New Age Blood Artist. Yeah! Okay.
Sweet.
Woo! One that, including the time we time-walked ourselves? Oh hey, we can bring in our land now. The land likes to vanish. People always tell me in the comments to switch back and forth between the layouts and it will show up, but I don't believe that to be the case. So, what do we want to cut here? Maybe a Fireblade Artist? It's good for applying pressure, but not good for much else. Seeing the Crackling Drake makes me really want to keep these. And if we're keeping these, I want to keep these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess just trim one of these. That, like, somehow feels wrong, but I don't feel like we can get rid of our I want to sack you creatures anymore.
If we're leaning on Priest, we kind of need them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, on the draw now. Back against the wall. Oh my gosh, these hands!
Not that one.
Okay.
Sure.
Deal.
Okay, that's a good card. Do you play that turn 1 or do you hold it?
I'm just gonna slam it. I think our mana is spoken for. Like, maybe it fits in on turn 3, but, yeah, let's get rid of that.
Alright, pretty good, pretty good.
As of yet, they are not on track to cast Crackling Drake. They don't have a second red. We will see if a red is forthcoming. I'm just gonna apply maximum pressure here. It's gonna take a while to get these going anyway. And also, like, we don't even want to get this going for a while.
It's not actually good until they start playing creatures.
Oh, they hit their second red. Decline. Oh dear.
Well, you know what that means, right? We're very likely to draw gas.
I sure hope so. If we draw gas here, we could be in a good spot. That's close. That's pretty gassy.
I was gonna say, that's kind of what we were asking for.
Alright, you ready for this?
Sure.
Will they be scared? No, no fear. Oh well. I can respect an opponent who doesn't fear. That said, if they tap out for Tezzeret, I am definitely going to steal their Drake with Angrath and sack it to my Priest.
Ooh.
Oh, or they could draw another copy of their best card. That's fine too. Attack! Attack! Dang. Well. Okay.
Start the hammer chucking.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the hammer chucking also grows this, so yeah.
Ah, that is true.
Well, if we draw Torgaar... Oh yeah, they have an Ixalan's Binding. That's unfortunate. I was gonna say, if we draw Torgaar, we can steal their Drake and sack it to Torgaar. I'm not gonna block.
That would be a bad choice.
Okay. I'm sad.
Yo, can you right-click on that token? That's a pretty sweet token.
Yeah, it is a... okay. Sure. Remember what I said about sometimes they want to win a lot more than you do? That opponent wanted to win a lot more than I did. Bill, I'm 0-2.
You are.
I think you're bad luck.
I guess I might be.
Alright,
I won't take credit.
We'll try again in a sec. Okay. Time for a shot at redemption. No!
That's not it.
Deck, please. Oh my god. Oh my god, I kind of want to go to 5.
That mana is really bad.
Okay.
Ian, I think your opponent might have the edgiest username I've ever seen.
Sacrolith.
Because, like, it's the special kind of edgy where it doesn't mean anything.
No.
And that gets, like, bonus edge.
He just needs to be Sacrolith colon the Dark Flame Master.
Well, that was just bad value. He just hurt himself.
Right? Hey, Pony, you want to shock this one? Please? I might have pressure if you shock this one. Oh no. Oh no!
We asked for shock, we didn't ask for lava coil.
Right? They did me dirty. Oh. I was so positive with this deck. Like, I was winning so many matches. And then we turn on the camera.
It's my fault. I wasn't there before.
Yeah. I even, like, had matches like these, but not in a row. Like, they were spread out between lots of wins. Well, okay. Maybe opponent will do nothing at all. In the sealed video I recorded earlier, I definitely had a game where my opponent played green-white lands for 5 turns and then conceded without doing anything else.
Ouch.
Well, we now have pressure. Like an actual amount of pressure. Okay.
Shard of course? Is this Drake's?
Yeah, Drakes may or may not have Phoenix. I've been, like, stunned. In the last weeks of Old Standard, people stopped playing Phoenix in their Drake deck. I'm like, are you sure? That card is why you can't lose against Black-Green, but...
What was that card they just pitched?
That is a dive down. That is a fuck your removal card. Man, that'll be so good eventually. I never knew that mana could be this uncooperative in the 2-land... Wait, did they do that? Okay. They did wait till I end step. I thought they did that in my combat, and I'm like, you know I could just pick that up second main, right? But... Haha, Spell Pierce. It's not like we have any 4-mana non-creature spells we were gonna play. Oh, please, just either kill me or do something. No, not that!
Anything but that. You found the 2 main deck lava coil deck. It's probably 4.
Yeah, but see, they were totally gonna stabilize with a big Drake. They're not ready.
It has Death Touch.
It does. I was hoping that would matter more, but I keep playing against decks with no creatures in them. Oh. Well?
I don't suppose that's the Phoenix you were expecting.
No. If they block this, though, they are about to be very unhappy.
Oh man, are they a chump?
We haven't shown any red mana yet. Oh.
Wow.
Okay. I guess we play this out. They can't attack. Like, we're too far ahead in the race. If we draw land and get this down, they're, like, out of stuff.
There's no way that last card is a Chemister's Insight.
Ah. I think I might cash in my Fanatical Firebrand to get Gutterbones back down. If I was going to do that, I actually should have just attacked with the Footlight Fiend. This is better at trading with X2s, but this deals damage on command, whereas this does not, so I think I'd rather have the Fanatical Firebrand in play than this, because we're probably not attacking into X2s. Oh, that's what they had. That's another reason to keep Fanatical Firebrand in play, I guess. Oh, dang. Well, that was the last card they can have.
Have I commented yet that I cannot believe that they named that card Judith?
Yeah.
That's like such an ugly name.
Yo, The Walking Dead is consistently the most watched show in most of the American South. And there's a baby named Judith in that show.
That doesn't make the name not ugly.
You're right, it does not. Alright, off to the races.
Can they beat 2 6/6s in 4 turns?
Well, unfortunately, we're going to 4 before even the first 6/6 shows up. But... Okay. Well. Didn't come here to not make clerics.
Stick it to him.
The little animation, and it just makes like the most dinky nothing noise ever. It's amazing. Oh no! Well, we need to draw something.
Does that count?
No. Yeah, we're dead. Dang. The last possible turn. Okay, so I suddenly deeply regret cutting lava coils from my sideboard.
Ouch.
This might be a deck where Footlight is bad again. I'll just cut a few of those for Duresses, but like, I'm assuming they have Crackling Drakes. Like, I can't imagine their deck makes sense without it.
I think I agree. I think that card seems great.
Just do this again, I guess? It's funny, I just realized if I can steal their Rekindling Phoenix and sack it, it will create an egg, but I'll get the egg. As long as I, like, sack it with a Priest of Forgotten Gods or something.
Oh, is the egg not worded, like, under owner's control?
I don't believe so. I believe it's when it dies, create the egg token, and then I'll have an egg token, and the Phoenix won't be in, or it will be in their graveyard. But I just, I won't be able to ever bring it back, but I will, hopefully, unless I'm wrong about how that works, it'll stop them from ever getting their Phoenix back either. Much better.
Yeah, I read the text of the card, you're correct.
Ahead, get down, Mr. Gutter. Judith and Priest of Forgotten Gods don't interact the way I want them to for killing a Rekindling Phoenix, but we'll get over it. Because, you'll get the Judith triggers before the Phoenix dies, and so you'd need, like, 3 triggers to shoot down the Phoenix or something. Still just gonna play this instead of the Firebrand. Might as well have it in play in case I draw Priest, or Rite. So Trazkanta, that's fine. That will eventually kill us as it generates a whole bunch of card advantage, but not yet.
Oh man, Judith makes Priest a somewhat okay attacker.
Yeah! This card is so good. I would not be surprised if the best deck... Uh-oh, that's worrying. Oh, we're probably just gonna get cannonaded here, aren't we? No?
No.
What do you got against Gutterbones, opponent? Come on. Well, we have not drawn a non-land, I think. Maybe we drew this? I forget. Either way, we're in trouble.
They're at 7.
Yes. All is not lost. We just need to draw something good. Where are our Theater of Horrors against these control decks? Oh, I just realized they missed land 3 last turn.
Yeah, I was hoping they were gonna scoop, but they didn't do that.
Alright, Fanatical Firebrand, it's all you.
It's a pirate!
It is a pirate. Alright, 2-turn clock, on board. Already got rid of 2 lava coils. There's no way they have something for Doomed Dissenter, right?
Right.
Milling a land after missing land 3 per turn?
That's a strange decision.
Yeah.
You must have something.
Something? I don't know, that's really weird. Maybe they just have a pile of fiery cannonades and they're looking at this board like, ah! No, the biggest reason, well, there are 2 big reasons why Judith isn't quite Blood Artist. Not triggering on, huh. I mean, I guess I play that, but, this Enigma Drake's kind of a downer. But yeah, so not triggering on tokens sucks. Not triggering on opponents' creatures sucks. But the biggest one is that she's legendary, so you can't just play a bunch of these. Like, Blood Artist, sometimes you just get 3 down, and that was enough. Would love to draw, like, our Plaguecrafter. Again, would love to draw Theater of Horrors. Ever against a control deck. Please.
Well, Ian, clearly you're not playing enough copies.
You're right. I should go up to 5.
Oh, do you have the full 4?
No, I only have 3, but don't think you want to play 4 of that card in this type of deck. Probably not. It only mostly works well. Like, it's pretty good, but it's not perfect. Angrath. You know what? That
does it, doesn't it?
Yes. That more than does it, actually, because we could attack with him, too. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Judith is so good.
We rallied.
Yes.
Okay. We have to win again.
Yeah. Alright. Does knowing that they have Enigma Drake change anything? It makes me like Angrath a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
So now we cut... probably the last Footlight Fiend... Maybe we cut one of these? Sure. I developed the main deck in the best of 1 queue, but haven't put as much effort into the sideboard yet, so that's probably one of the first places I would start. This hand looks great.
Yep.
Priest making mana is so good with, like, I don't know, you can, like, double edict people a lot by doing something into playing a Plaguecrafter. No, don't shut Gutterbones. No, he deserves so much better.
All he knows is the gutter.
And his bones. He's got a sweet sword, though. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get our priest down.
Could have a good turn lined up next turn.
Yeah, you can, like, play the lands into Gutterbones, Doomed Dissenter, sack both, play another black 2-drop or something, but they're not having any of it. Jerks.
I was gonna say, blue-red pile of removal also seems like a kind of rough matchup.
Yeah,
We're not bad against removal, but the most powerful things the deck does, I would probably play Judith, I think.
see, I don't want to play Judith into, like, potential more Shivan Fires and Lightning Strikes and stuff. I think I want to draw their removal with more shitters.
And you're right, like, Judith adds more power if you play these guys first.
And also, like if we hit another land, I want to Rite of Belzenlok, and then Judith comes down to make them into 1/1s, and you can beat down with that. Oh, please play a Drake.
Mm-hmm.
No! No! No!
That's the first time that's ever happened. I'm calling it right now.
No! I don't deserve this. Oh, we have no good plays here.
I was gonna say, I probably wouldn't play Plaguecrafter. I don't think that one's it.
I guess I play this and pass? Ugh.
We got, dude. They got our good on defense creature.
Yeah, right? We just don't have attacks anymore. I mean, Judith attacks into this fine, but... see what they do. They're, like, out of cards. Like, the flaw I've seen in opponent's deck is that they don't appear to have, like, a critical mass of card advantage.
Hmm.
Alright, Rite of Belzenlok. Make some clerics.
Run away with the game.
Luckily, we are extremely good at against this card. Niv Mizzet came to the wrong neighborhood.
This seems like what this deck really has going for it.
Yes.
It's just playing individual creatures is so bad against this deck.
When I mentioned doing well earlier, it was because opponents were, like, trying to curve, like, Merfolk Branchwalker into some 4-drop green creature into whatever. And I was just doing this to them. And they couldn't do anything about it. This is good. We're, like, out of edicts, but we're about to make a very large demon.
The question is, do you mush?
I think I mush with these. Because either of these trade for the Drake.
They can't block the Gutterbones. That makes sense.
They can try. It won't end well for them.
It's not recommended.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, she's gonna go down saying, "Fuck you, Crackling Drake, don't block my..." Oh wait, no, that was wrong. I'm dumb. Well, I suppose it stopped them from eating the Plaguecrafter instead. And, like, we still damaged them, so we can get back both Gutterbones here and replay one.
We have gas in the tank.
Yeah, and we still have a 6/6. That's going to kill them very quickly, but... Opt! Oh no!
Now they can, rumble with the 6/6. Fortunately, they'll never get a better option than trading. Oh. Hey!
Oh, hey! Does that kill them? Yes. I have to steal this one because he will shrink once he comes under my control.
Ah, good, keeping ahead of that. My impulse was definitely grab the bigger creature.
Yeah, that comes up when you have steal effects. More than once I've, like, Thief of Sanity and stolen one of these, and then I play it and it's an 0/4. I'm like, oh no!
Oh no.
Okay, so...
But, oh yes.
Oh yes! We won, dude. So... I've had better runs, I've had worse. Any thoughts on the deck?
It seems really sweet. It seems like some sort of shell with Judith will be either like a good aggro deck or a good grindy deck. Hard to say, like, depending on how the meta shakes out. But I'm really interested to see if, like, what people come up with that card.
Mm-hmm. Like, she was doing both for us, right? Like, sometimes we played her, and the +1/+0 was all we needed, and you just kill people. And sometimes we were using her as, like, a value engine to machine gun their board. Like, the one time we killed the 2/2 to edict away their... or we killed 2 creatures to edict away a Jade Light Ranger. Like, that was awesome.
That was crazy.
So, yeah. I'm sure I'll play another deck like this, because this has captured my attention so far. So, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, I would love it if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps you find all of our videos, as well as helps other people see this stuff. That's all for today from us. Thank you, and thanks for watching.